Hi guys, I have a great workout for you today that's a total body sculpting routine that does require some equipment, but luckily it's really easy to find. Most of you probably already have it. It's just 2 yoga blocks. I usually like to give you options, but today you really need to have blocks. I'm really excited for you to get yourself some blocks if you don't have them already, because you're also going to need blocks in my upcoming ab camp, which I'm so excited about. There's going to be more information in the weeks coming about ab camp. You'll also need them in the fall of 2017 when I start offering even more yoga videos on my YouTube channel, because, drum roll please, I am now an officially certified yoga teacher. So lots of block stuff coming, so you're not going to regret getting some blocks. Let's begin. All you're going to need is the 2 yoga blocks and a mat, and you're going to need some kind of countertop surface that you can hold on to for some of the moves. Let's go. We're going to begin with chair pose. Now, blocks are an amazing tool because they help to really activate the deep muscles of the core, and they can do a lot to teach you about proper alignment. So you're going to begin with one of the blocks between your thighs. The other block is going to be between your hands, and you're really going to squeeze inward against the block. So really squeezing inward against the block with your hands, squeezing your inner thighs against the block down here. Zip up through your core, so lift your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, and sit back in chair pose. Sitting way back, you want to lift your tiptoes off the ground to make sure that you're not going too far forward. So really make sure that you can look down and see your toes. The knees should be over the feet and not out to the side or in, because you have that great block. And by activating the inner thighs with this block that you're pressing against, you're also really helping to get into the pelvic floor and the deep hip muscles in a great way. Sit back. Hopefully you're in chair pose right now with the block between your thighs, really sitting back, and let's bring the block between our palms this way up overhead. So really squeeze inward against the block. Hold it here. Hold it for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Give yourself a rest. Take that block out and shake out those legs. Ooh, let it go. Be loosey-goosey. We're going to do it again, but I want you this time to work on getting the arm block up even a little bit higher. So squeeze that block between your thighs, really sculpting the inner thighs, sculpting the arms. Zip up through your core nice and strong. Block is the wide way between your palms. Sit way back. Maybe get a little lower this time. Again, make sure that your knees are not going beyond your toes. You're really sitting back, lifted through the low belly, lengthened through the tail. And this time, if you can, see if you can bring the hands squeezing against the block up just a little bit higher. Oh, try not to let your bum really arch back. You want to still keep the tail lengthened down, sitting way back. Arms really squeezing together. 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Oh gosh, shake out those legs, let it all go. And we are going to put the block between one more time, and we're going to just switch up our hand position with this block. So hold on with your left hand, zip up nice and strong. You're going to come down, and you're going to come up onto your tiptoes. So down and up, switching the block between your hands. Every time you come down, switch, switch. Really sitting back, sculpting the legs, the calves, taking it nice and slow and controlled. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, sit low. 7, sit way back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let it go for a moment and find your way over to a countertop or a railing if you happen to have one. I'll meet you there. Okay, grab your block. Just one is what you'll need right now. And you're gonna put the block actually between your calf and your hamstring. Now you might find that it slides a little bit. You might have to adjust it, but just do your best. You're gonna be back from a countertop or a railing of some sort. Make sure that you're strongly grounded through that standing leg, my right leg. Make sure that your hip on the right side isn't jutting out to the side. You want to be lifted and strong through that standing leg. Now, strong through your core, belly pulls in, lean forward just a little bit, and we are going to pulse up, squeezing that block between your calf and your hamstring. Belly strongly pulled in, keep going. Really feeling the work in your hamstrings and your butt cheek on this left side, and then the work also in your standing leg on your right side. Strong through the abs. Make sure that you're not jutting out that standing leg hip. You're lifted through the hip, lifted through the leg, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right where you are. Don't move a muscle, but maybe adjust the block and maybe let go just a little bit. Whew. Keep that block there. Stay lifted and tall. Again, don't let that standing leg hip jut out to the side. Lift. Strong through the core. Maybe hop a little closer to your surface and lift straight out to the side. So lift. I'm lifting my leg to the left. So as you lift the leg to the left, try not to lean to the right. Don't let this happen. So don't lean away from that moving leg. Stay tall and lifted. Take it a little slower. Really slow this one down. Maybe brace your arms a little bit wider on the rail. Make sure that you're tall and lifted through the standing leg. Keep going. Another thing you want to be sure of is that this leg is going straight out to the side and not forward. So straight out to the side. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you should be feeling it everywhere. Let it all go. Shake it all out. Shake out the legs. And other side. Okay, so between your calf and your hamstring, hop it back, strong through the core, lean forward and lift. Make sure that this leg now, my left leg, isn't jutting out to the side. You're lifted through the straight standing leg. Low belly pulls in to protect your back. Squeezing that block to get even more hamstring activation. Oops, that might happen. I think I put too much lotion on my legs before I started this. Keep going, squeezing that block. This is real life, folks. Abs pulled in. Strong and lifted through the standing leg. Keep going. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, don't let it go. Maybe readjust. Maybe shake out that leg. And hop a little bit closer to your surface. Nice wide stance with your arms, strong and lifted through the core. Don't let this hip jut out to the side. You want to lift it up and straight into abduction with the hip. So just so you can see, this is what we're doing. Straight out to the side with the legs straight out. This leg is standing nice and tall. Don't let this happen. Tummy is pulled in. Keep going. Really sculpting those muscles of the lower body and activating everything so deeply. Strong through that standing leg. Abs pulled in. 5 more. 5. Slow. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it all go. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. So shake it all out, and we're not done over here. We have one more thing we're gonna do. So put the block between your knees. I'm putting it this way, between my knees, okay? So put the block between your knees, strong and zipped up through your core. You are going to come up onto your tiptoes. Now, I'm not sure if the camera is catching that I'm on my high tiptoes right now, but it's like I'm wearing Barbie shoes, so really high stiletto heels. So, zipped up and strong through your core, engaged through your abs, sitting back, about at your wrist crease is where the edge of the countertop should be, and you are going to sit back with your bottom. You can hold on lightly to the countertop with your hands. Maybe adjust your stance so that you're a little bit farther back because you don't want your knees way beyond your toes, okay? Sit way back. You can probably see right now how I have flat hands on the countertop. And stand up. Sit back. Stand up. Sit back. Stand up. Squeezing against that block the whole time. Sitting way back and then standing up. Take it nice and slow. Way back and stand up. Way back. Squeeze your bottom on the way up. Way back. Stand up. 10 more. 10. 9. Still on those high heel, stiletto-like pretend shoes. We're not actually wearing shoes, but essentially up on your tiptoes. I lost count. I think this is 6. 5. Exhaling on the way up. 4. Sitting way back. 3. Exhale on the way up. 2. And 1. Now, almost done, but not quite. Come way back, sit way back, and pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, abs in, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, and come up. Okay, release that block. Let go of the legs and head over to a yoga mat with both of your blocks. Okay, so you should be feeling a little something by now in your legs. Go ahead and grab your block and put it again between your thighs, this way, or the narrow way. And you are going to have the other block in between your forearms, the wide way, okay? So, what you're gonna do is engage your core muscles. So really pull belly button to spine. Really lift belly button to spine. And you're gonna come into kind of a downward dog with bent knees. So you're gonna lift your bum up toward the ceiling. Hands are wide, spread wide like starfish. Your wrist creases are parallel to the edge of the mat. And again, you're squeezing that block between your forearms. So lift your arms up and then lift your bum up toward the ceiling. This is a lot of work even right here, but what I want you to do is keep those knees bent, really engage through the core, and you're gonna lower the block. So keep it between your forearms and bend the elbows so you're lowering your block toward the mat. Fingers stay spread nice and wide. If you have really broad shoulders, then this might not work for you. But for those of us who don't have super broad shoulders, this is going to be the right distance, the right measurement to have the width of this block between our forearms as we lower our elbows down toward the mat and then back up. lower down, and then lift back up. So I'm really stable and still through my lower body, but my arms are bending and straightening. This is huge work for your shoulders and your triceps, the back of your arms. So I'm going to show you from the front. Keep going if you've got this. I'm going to show you a slightly different view. You're just pretend like I'm up in a downward dog. My elbows are just bending and straightening, bending and straightening. So I'm going to show you again. Try to do 10 more. So lifted through the core, I come on up and I bend and straighten. 9, 8, 7, 6, squeezing those forearms against the block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, come down. Release that block, and we're gonna go straight into an accordion plank. So you wanna really lift through the core and strongly engage those abs. This is generally safe for mild diastasis recti and prolapse. Just give it a shot, see how you feel, see if it's working for you. So come up into a plank position with, again, that block is still between my thighs. Same exact way. Strong through the core. You are going to shift your hips back and your knees go to the right. That left bottom knee really lifts up as your hips sit back toward the left. Keep the arms square and the shoulders facing forward. So really facing forward with the hands and the arms, but my knees are going toward the right. Bottom leg is lifting and shift forward. Now, knees go to the left as I sit back. Really lifting that bottom. So now my right leg up, pushing up against the block and forward, strong through the core. Sit back and shift forward. Sit back and shift forward. Again. And forward. And forward. Keep those shoulders square facing forward. Keep the hands planted firmly on the mat, pressing into the index finger knuckle, lifting that bottom leg up. Now again, lifting that bottom leg up. And one more on each side. Okay, good job. That is crazy tough. And come onto your back. So you are going to roll down carefully, and you're going to place the block between your calves, okay? So strong and engaged through the core. You are going to drop the feet down and then exhale, lift back up. So drop down, exhale, lift back up. Keep going. You want to make sure that you maintain a neutral spine and pelvis position, so you're not letting this happen. As you drop the legs down, you're not letting this happen with your low back. You're keeping your low back in a neutral position, abs strongly pulled in. Keep going at this level, or you can straighten your legs toward the ceiling and do a similar thing, just a leg drop. And you can drop those legs as low as you can go while still maintaining a neutral spine position and your abdominals pulled in. Be honest with yourself and notice that if your low back is arching off the ground like this, or if you're feeling strain in your low back, then you're not ready to go that low. So I actually prefer the bent leg. You can also place the block between your feet if it feels better to have it between your feet. If you want to, again, straighten your legs, that's fine. Just be sure it's harder. So be sure you're ready for it. Another way to increase the challenge without straightening the legs is by putting your hands behind your head. Keep breathing steadily, keeping your low belly pulled in. And 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now block the wide way between your feet. Wide way between your feet, and you are just simply going to twist the feet so that the block is facing the left wall, and then twist so the block is facing the right wall. Twist, twist. You'll feel that as I twist so the block is facing the left wall, my right hip lifts up just a little bit. And as I twist so that the block is facing the right wall, my left hip lifts up just a little bit. So it's just a twist and a twist. Abdominals pulled in. Sculpting those obliques. Try to make sure your shoulders are relaxed. I tend to notice that my shoulders want to hunch up toward my ears when I'm working hard. So if that happens for you too, then release them. This is a very, very deep move here. You should really be feeling this. Take it slow and controlled. Really, your shoulders are very still. They're relaxed. But your obliques, your abs are working really, really hard. Your hip flexors may be feeling it a little bit as well. 5 more. 5. Don't let your low back arch. 4. Abdominals pulled in. 3. 2. 1, and done. Oh gosh, okay. I'm like shaking, I'm so tired. This is great. So now, block one more time, then the narrow way between the thighs. So strong and lifted through the core, and roll up into a nice bridge position. So really hold that bridge position. You want to feel that you can clasp maybe your hands underneath your bottom and really walk the shoulder blade on the left side and the right side under your body. Feel how that lifts your chest up toward your chin. So rather than your chin collapsing down toward your chest, because that can close off your airway and that's not good, think about lifting the chest toward the chin, not the chin toward the chest. So chest toward the chin. Feel that your knee points are lifting and lengthening away from your chest. Feel that? That length in the front of your body? So chest toward the chin, knee points shooting away from your chest, holding it, strengthening the back of the body, squeezing those inner thighs together. Don't drop that block. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Release. And we are simply going to end with a nice chest opener stretch. So all you need for this, and please don't skip it, the stretching is so wonderful to remember to do. It's so easy to forget to stretch, but it's really, really important. So before we get to our stretch, I want to do just a very simple windshield wiper with the legs. So drop one knee down toward the bottom of your mat, and then the other knee down toward the bottom of your mat. Take some deep belly breaths. One more time on each side. It's really important to lengthen out the muscles after you've been working them. So really maybe do another stretch here where you just pull one knee toward the chest and lengthen the other leg long. Roll out your ankles. Deep breath, really press through that bottom leg, shooting it out toward the front wall. And switch, lengthen that straight leg toward the front wall. And let's go ahead and grab our blocks then for our final stretch, which is a really nice chest and heart opener. So you are going to set up your blocks so that one of them is this way. It's going to be right on your thoracic spine, pressing into your thoracic spine between your shoulder blades. Then the other block, you're going to play with it. It might feel good for it to be in this position, the third height or the tallest height, or it might actually feel okay to be in this position. But the back of your head is going to rest on this block. So this is between your shoulder blades, and this is where your head rests. So set it up, kind of get an approximate feel for how you want it to be. And then you're just going to do your best. You'll definitely have to adjust things a little bit. But I like the way it feels to have them on the same height. But again, you might prefer to have the head block on the tallest height. So play with it. So you see this nice arch in the back. You can see that there. But my head is very, very supported on the block. And if you have room, I don't have room, I have a wall right here, but if you have room, it's really a nice idea to stretch your arms straight out to the sides. I guess I kind of can here. The wall is almost in my way, but stretch those arms out to the sides, and it's a great heart opener. We tend to be really closed through the chest, really tight through the chest muscles. And this is a nice way to really open up those muscles that we tend to be so tight on. Pull in your low ribs for a little bit. If they feel like they're really popping up and flaring up toward the ceiling, try gently just sort of relaxing them down, relaxing the lower ribs down into the block. Again, opening the chest up here and relaxing the lower ribs down into the block, sinking them down into the block. Take some deep breaths here. If you like to play with your feet position, you can try this butterfly position where your feet are together and your knees are apart. See if that feels good for you. Otherwise, I like to just let my legs be floppy out to the side. If you decide that your block position actually wasn't quite right, that you had it wrong, and that you want to change the head position block, go ahead and do that. It takes practice, trial and error to find what works for your body, but that's part of the fun of the whole thing. Take 3 more nice deep breaths. And you can certainly stay here for longer if you'd like to. I am going to sign off now, but I'm going to sign off from this position because it feels so darn good that I don't want to move. So, as always, remember, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. And don't forget about Ab Camp coming up. I'll put links to resources for yoga blocks, and I'll put a link to Ab Camp down below this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos, and we will see you next time.